Good morning. Today we're working on a 2003 Toyota Avalon V6 3.0. We going to be doing a couple of things to it. It came in with a couple problems, different problems. First problem, in the morning, when she goes and turn the key in on, it clicks, but it doesn't start. I had to hit it with a like a wrench to get it to start. And the other issue is got a cylinder 2 misfire, code PO302, cylinder 2 misfire, and it's got a back coil. We swapped the coils from cylinder, and the problem went to the other cylinder. So we're going to be replacing that coil, also that plug, that spark plug. She had it tuned up a while back ago, and so we're just going to do that one spark plug and that one coil in cylinder 2. All right, I'm going to show you the tools that you need for this job. It's not too much stuff. So all right, so you're gonna need a if you have a 1/4 inch gun, you could use it. If you don't, then you could just use a 1/4 inch wrench, ratchet, 3/8 ratchet. We're also going to be using a 14 swivel socket. If you don't have a swivel socket, 14 millimeter, you could use a regular swivel. You're going to need a Allen wrench. This is a 3/16. Different sizes of 3/8 extensions, a 13 millimeter socket, either deep or shallow, doesn't matter, and a flathead screwdriver. All right, so let's begin. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this air filter duct off. So we're gonna just disconnect that there. We're gonna unplug it over here, the sensor. We're gonna unplug this hose over here. We're also gonna unplug this sensor there. All right, we're gonna take this clip and just unclip it there. We're just gonna throw this to the side. All right, and we're just gonna loosen this 10 millimeter and this 10 millimeter. All right. All right, so now we got these two hoses, clamps loose. Want to make sure that you go nice and easy, because this rubber hose, with time, it gets dry rotted, and you could easily put a hole on it, and then now you have a different problem. All right, so just make sure you be nice and careful when you're pulling this hose off. All right, so we got both clamps disconnected. It's got one more over here, 10 millimeter bolt that we're gonna loosen, that holds that line. Just make sure you don't drop the bolt, and just make sure you pull this so you don't lose it. All right, and also you want to disconnect the battery. All right, so we got the battery disconnected. So we got the hose disconnected, that 10 millimeter bolt, these two, and now he's going to lift this up nice and easy. And now you're going to pull the whole hose towards you. That should come out nice and easy. And now this plastic tab thing over here, just pop that out. See it? That goes right there. Okay. So now you're just going to remove the whole thing. And you're going to remove the air filter. And you have 3 bolts over here. 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to remove those. And when you put this case back, Just make sure you clean all that. Don't put it back in with all that acorn. Just make sure you clean it nice. Okay, so now we got the 3 bolts loose, and you're gonna slide this to the to like up a little bit, and then it comes straight out. See that? All right. So now you see the starter right there. All right. So we're gonna get that 1 bolt right there, and then it's got another one on the other side. Now before we do the starter bolt, we're gonna remove this relay box over here. So one 10mm bolt, this pops off, and then you slide the whole thing to the side. That way we're gonna have enough room to get at the starter bolt. The starter, actually not the starter bolt, the electrical part. So now we're gonna disconnect this here. And then we're gonna move this nice and easy. And actually this one right here, you wanna unplug this one here. Just plug it nice here. And just pull it nice and easy to the side right there. So now you see what I just did? I just created enough room over here on this side. Just create enough room right there. All right, so I'm gonna use my long 3/8 extension. Now if you don't have an extension this long, that's all right. You could use like 2 3/8 extensions and just use them one with the other, and you'll be able to do the same thing. Alright, so now that I broke the bolt loose, I could use a shorter extension. To get it out. I just didn't want to bust a knuckle, because sometimes when you break the bolt loose, it tends to go real quick, and you wind up scraping your knuckle. Okay, so I got that 1 bolt out already. Now we're gonna go for the next one. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the long extension just to try to break it loose, and then I'll go back to the little one. And actually, I'll just use the whole thing. And if you drop the bolt, you could make sure you have a magnet. I'm just gonna see, just put my arm from this angle here, just in case so I don't lose it. Just in case you don't have a magnet, you know what I mean? Alright, so I got the bolt off. I just realized to make it easier, she's going to have to take the battery and the bottom bracket, which I'm going to show you. There's a couple of extra steps, but it'll save you a lot of time and headache. Don't get me wrong, I love shortcuts, but sometimes it's easier if you go that extra step and don't break anything, you know what I mean? Alright, so this plastic thing, you have to get this out. And you got to remove these 3 bolts. These are lucked out, they're not frozen. Alright. And then this plastic tab here, you just want to separate it from there. And I'm just going to put this to the side like that. I'm not even going to disconnect the whole thing. Alright, so now I got room for the starter connector. Alright, so I got it out. Just unplugged it. Now with everything out, it's a lot easier to get it out. I'm using a short, stubby gear wrench, size 12 for this nut. It's not really a hard job. You just have to remove a couple things here and there just to get at the components. Alright, so I got the, this is the one you want to take, the one on the right side. And that's it right there. And now it will definitely come out with no problem. And there you have it. Now we just gotta put the new one in. Okay, so I got the new starter. I compared it with the old one. Everything looks nice. So now I'm gonna just snake it back in here. Alright, so before I bolt it in, I want to make sure that I get this power cable back in there. Or else you will never be able to get that puppy in. Alright, so I got the cable in there. I'm going to put the nut and the lock wash. Okay, just gonna tighten it now by hand and not use the wrench. Okay, the new starter nut is a 13, so you're gonna need a 13 wrench for that. The power, the new nut with the lock wash. All right, so now that we have the starter, the power bolted in, now we're gonna do the solenoid. I'm gonna connect the solenoid right here. See how easy now that battery and everything is out. All right, so that's connected nice. Now, since everything is out now, we could just bolt the bolt from here with everything out of the way. All right, so I got that one in. Now I'm going to do the other one. Alright, so I had to get this bracket. It was stuck. I had to get that bracket out so I could put the starter bolt. Alright. Alright, so I got both starter bolt installed. Now I'm just going to make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, I got that one nice and snug. And I'm going to do the other side. Alright, so we got the whole starter bolted in. We got the battery cable, the power installed on that side. We put the solenoid connector nice. And now we just got to bolt everything back and reverse. So now that we're all set with the starter, now we're going to put this control box back together. Now just don't bolt it all the way until you got all 3 bolts in, so that way you don't strip it. Alright, so we got the 3 bolts in. Alright, so now we're going to put the plastic cover in. Okay. We're going to install the, before we put the battery, we're going to put this clip back in. Alright, so we got that in. Alright, so make sure I get all my cables out the way. Alright, I'm going to put the air filter box. Alright, so I just washed this the air filter box. I'm just going to blow dry. Alright, so now I'm going to bolt in the air filter box back into the car. Okay, so I got the box installed. I'm going to put back the air filter. And nice and gentle, I'm going to put my top cover back on and just make sure that I don't put too much force on this hose. Okay. So everything is all snapped in place. Now I'm going to put my clips in. 1, 2, and I'm going to route my hose and connect the mass airflow sensor there, connect the other solenoid, put the clip back in here, put the hose back in. And now I'm going to tighten these clamps. You always want to try to put it in the same spot the clamps were. Alright, so we got those two nice and snug. And don't forget the clip over here. Okay. So just double check everything. Nice. Alright, so we got to put the line bracket back in place. Okay. Alright, so we got everything from the top here that we disconnected, everything in place. Now we're gonna do the battery. We're gonna tighten this battery properly. That's in. That's nice and snug. Alright, so now we got the battery back in. Now we're going to put this control box back where it was here. We're going to connect it back to the connector there. Snap it there. I'm going to do the 10mm. Alright, so I got the 10mm back in place. Alright, so we got everything all connected nice. Now we're gonna do the coil on cylinder number 2. So we're all set with the starter. Okay. Now we're just gonna go and jump into the coil on cylinder number 2. Okay, so now we're going to remove the cover and get to that cylinder number 2. So this is a 3/16 Allen, and this usually pops right out. Alright, so that's that. And this is cylinder number 2, so we're going to replace the coil. And we're going to replace the spark plug. And that coil looks like it was changed at one point. Alright, so alright, we're going to unplug this here. Take that coil out, and we're going to remove that spark plug. Alright. So we're going to break that down. And I just use a piece of hose to like grab the spark plug. Okay, I got the spark plug out. And we're going to put the new spark plug in. This is pretty cool because that way you don't need a magnet. Now we're going to tighten that spark plug in. Okay, we got the spark plug secure in there. Now we're going to put the coil. Seated right there, nice, nice. Okay, so we got the coil in nice. I'm going to plug it in. And now we're just going to put the cover. Just get rid of this coil. Yeah, it's nice and easy when it's in the front. When it's in the back, it's a different story, but that's for another video. So we got everything secure. Now we're going to put the cover back in. Okay, so there you have it. All right, so there you have it. We replaced the starter, and we also replaced the cylinder number 2 coil and spark plug. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit subscribe, and make sure to don't forget to hit like. Thank you.